grandfather being Barry Alvarez, and did a good job raising him.
Prescott, Lamb, ball comes out. This is going to be an interesting call.
The fumble forward and out of bounds through the end zone. The result of the play is a touchback. First down.
Buccaneers X Factor versus Lions, and it's not Baker Mayfield. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are perhaps the most unlikely divisional playoff contestants in this year's playoffs. Critics will say they're a product of a weak NFC South division, but those who have seen them play in recent weeks know what a dangerous team Todd Bowles' group really is nowadays. The Buccaneers offensive coordinator had a message for the Panthers in regards to his candidacy for their vacant head coach position. The Bucs matchup with Dan Campbell and the Lions has reached historic ticket price levels. With the big game set for 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday, the Buccaneers are circling the wagons in preparation for the Lions' best effort. A big performance from the team's X-Factor, running back Rachaad White, could turn the tide on Sunday. Rachaad White is the Buccaneers' X-Factor. A third-round pick from the Arizona State Sun Devils in 2022, Rachaad White has gone on to cause havoc for Bowles' team's opponents down the stretch of the 2023 to 2024 NFL season. He hasn't had the biggest game stat-wise that you will ever see in your life, but White has made headway toward becoming the type of player opposing defensive coordinators must account for at all times. Against the Eagles in the Super Wild Card round, White had 72 yards rushing on 18 carries. He also caught a pass for 3 yards. With Baker Mayfield, Cade Otton, Mike Evans and Chris Godwin causing matchup nightmares for opposing secondaries, White doesn't have to suddenly transform into Derrick Henry for the Buccaneers to win. He simply must keep defenses honest by running hard and giving the Bucs a chance to keep the chains moving on every set of downs for the Tampa Bay offense to be effective, and that is why he is the Buccaneers' X-Factor in Sunday's game. The Lions have a top 3 rushing defense in the league, giving up just 3.7 yards per carry on the season. They're also a relatively young defense who could crack if White is fed the ball 18 to 25 times and Tampa Bay's line remains steadfast in creating holes for the 6-foot-tall, 214-pound White. White needed to stall Lions' pass rush. The Buccaneers need a big game from White to keep the Lions' pass rush honest. Last year's rookie sack master James Houston is expected to play this weekend, and this news could make an already fearsome Lions pass rush even more difficult for Mayfield and the Bucs offense to match up with on Sunday. Last week Lions sophomore Aiden Hutchinson was a force to be reckoned with against Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams offensive line, recording 2 sacks and laying the wood on ex-Lions quarterback Matthew Stafford. Mayfield is a smaller quarterback than Stafford. Expect the Lions to come after him early and often with hopes of throwing him off his game and perhaps even knocking him out of the game as they did to Rams tight end Tyler Higbee last weekend. For the Buccaneers to keep the Lions' pass rush honest, Mayfield will need to do what he does best, and White must help him out. By spreading the ball around to the backs and tight ends, including the X-Factor White, Mayfield and the Buccaneers will prevent the Lions from dialing up pass rushes on any given down from any conceivable angle. The short passing game could be the Buccaneers' saving grace, and Bucs fans should expect White to be a big component of it on Sunday.